everyone, today I'm going to record the 52nd chapter of my novel Farishta. So let's start. After hearing these enthusiastic phrases, Salvatore became very happy because Raza was trying to claim that Decameron has connection with old literature from last couple of hours. We were so busy in discussion that we didn't realize what was happening around us. When I turned my head, I saw that people who were working in the asylum center, and especially the who were working in the kitchen, they were hearing our conversation. One of them was Italian girl, whose parents came to Swiss as an immigrant, but she was born in Switzerland. She knew English as well. She knew about Dante and Boccaccio. When Raza finished his explanation, he she praised his knowledge and accepted that she was hearing all this and said, I never even dreamt about this, that one day Iranian some Irani and Pakistani will talk about Dante and Boccaccio, especially in this asylum center. What Raza was telling about them, if he writes a book about them, then that book will become a bestseller. Raza said, this kind of work has already been written by Professor McWilliam. Other than him, Victor Branca, George Bull, and Mark Musa spent all their lives for their research about Boccaccio and Dante. McWilliam died last year in the month of January. That girl said, actually I came to tell you it's eating time, so arrange the tables and benches. We didn't realize that we were discussing from last 3 hours. Raza said, again like beggars we will have to take the food in our plates. We'll have to stand in the queue. It hurts me a lot. It hurts my ego. I said, you will feel like this in the beginning. Like for a couple of days you will feel very bad, but later on you will be habitual of all this. In the beginning I had the same feeling like this, but now I don't feel awkward. We can't stay here without eating. Salvatore said, it's very true, I'm very hungry. If they will serve some Italian food, I will eat twice. I said, yes, they serve twice if they have some extra food. Salvatore said, you don't know me. I'm an educated person and journalist as well, but I'm from Napoli. And you know what kind of people are from Napoli? When we arranged all the tables and benches, we stood in the queue for the food. Thrice of us were standing in the queue. The girl who heard our conversation, she had sadness on her face, in her eyes. After seeing us in the queue, we judged it quickly that she wasn't happy to see us in the queue. But this all process was a part of the drama. It was such a coincidence that they served pasta today. I said to Salvatore, if you would have asked something else to God, He would have given you. When he said, what he said in answer, I can't write it here, but what you can expect from a person who is hungry for sex. Thrice of us placed our plates on the long table, which we arranged few moments ago. Raza said, this is very harsh punishment. I said, you have to go through many stages like interview, fingerprints, blood and urine test, AIDS test, hepatitis B and C test, and when everything will be okay, you will be free from here. Salvatore said, if someone has AIDS, then what they do? I said, I think they detain him here. Salvatore cursed in Italian language. After having meal, I was thinking that Salvatore will show some trick, but he didn't do anything. I said, you were going to do something. He said, the food was very heavy. For me, it's enough, but I can have some coffee. Then it will be great. I said, they only serve tea over here. Salvat- Salvatore showed his dislikeness of tea, but me and Raza, we took the tea. Salvatore got annoyed, so I said, there is selector vending machine, insert some coins and have some coffee. He said, you can't call it coffee. They use world worst coffee in these machines. I said, I'm just coming. I said this and went to the kitchen. The girl who had soft corner for us, I asked her slowly, one of her friend, he's dying for a cup of coffee. Is it possible to have a cup of coffee? She said, come with me. So I followed her. She made 2 cups of coffee in her cabin. She gave me 1 cup and other for herself. And she said, there is no doubt that I am Swiss born, but coffee is in my blood. It's very hot. It's very hot here. And after having coffee, I feel very relaxed. I took a cup of coffee, thanked to her, and came out from the kitchen. When Salvatore saw I have cup of coffee in my hand, but when Salvatore saw I have a cup in my hand, but when he saw I have a cup of coffee, he started shouting, "Bravo, bravo, Pakistano, Pakistano." I said, you can't use Naples tactic everywhere. Sometimes Pakistani tactics are better than yours. Salvatore finished his coffee in two sips. As soon as we finished our coffee and tea and food, we placed our plates in the trays. Plastic cup we threw in the bin. We fold all the tables and benches and stack them in a corner. They asked some of us to clean the hall, and I went to the kitchen to help that lady. The one who served us food. Raza and Salvatore started collecting the burned and smoked pieces of cigarettes. Today we had good conversation about literature, so I wasn't in a mood of further discussion. When I finished my work, when I finished my work in the kitchen, I thought I have 2 hours to go outside, so I should go to the lake. I will take some rest there. Raza and Salvatore were not allowed to go outside because their fingerprints weren't taken, yet I had to go alone. I came out from that building, which was like barracks. I showed my ausweis to the security guard and said, it has been 1 week that you are here, so I can easily recognize you. After hearing this, he smiled and then I left the building. I started walking along the dirty and stinky brook. It had been through the I had been through this road many times, but every time when I used to walk along the brook, it used to remind me my first day when I came here. I used to pass through railway station, and from railway station to the railway station platforms, I used to see books there, and after seeing books, I used to feel great sensation. There used to be German newspapers and magazines about the outside the bookshop. I didn't know German language, but even to see them, I used to feel very happy. The road which was along the platform, I was walking on that road and was going to the lake. I came at the bank of the lake, and suddenly I saw Maqsood had his head in some woman's lap, and she was playing with his hair. When I came with when I came with Masood, he and I, both of us saw her. Both of us saw her naked. She was the same woman. I recognized her. It was me who left Maqsood. It was me who left Maqsood alone. It means Maqsood comes here every day to see her. I felt little jealous inside. If I would have shown some courage, in other words, I would have been shy. Would not have been shy. Then I would have been with her. Then I would have my head in her lap, and I would have been looking at the blue sky. I looked at them, but I pretended that I haven't seen anything. I had a quick glance and started walking onward. I was walking along the lake and thinking about today's discussion. It was fruitful discussion. Raza and Salvatore gave me a lot of information. When I finished my studies and became tourist guide, I used to think that I have a lot of knowledge. But as the time passed and I met different people, read more books, I started thinking that I have very little knowledge. I read about Buddhism, I read about Hinduism, about Jainism, about Zoroaster's. I studied history of Pakistan, Gandhara art, Dwaravati art, Pali art. After reading all this, I used to think that I am the most knowledgeable person. I remember when I used to tell European tourists that in some areas of Sawat, an Italian archaeologist Giuseppe Tucci did a lot of excavations and found many Buddhist monasteries. They used to feel very happy. One place was called Butkada, means monastery of the black stones. In that monastery, everything was made of black stones. Kara is a word of Turkish language, which means black. After knowing all this, I used to think that I know everything, and I was a bit proud of all this. Since I met people like Raza, I was thinking about me that I am completely illiterate. It's true knowledge. It's true. Knowledge is like ocean, and it hasn't got any limit. Thank you very much. I hope you like my video. Like my video, subscribe my channel, press the bell icon, and I am still waiting for your precious comments. Thank you very much.